button. Here we are. Hello.
Excuse me, do I know you? No, but that's where you are. You're there.
I love those movies. Katie hates them.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
She doesn't. She doesn't like Jim Carrey either. So she
Blasphemy.
Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, basically any actor that has like a sense of humor. She ain't into it.
Any actor who makes their money on one-liners.
Yeah.
Sad panda.
I had her watch Son-in-Law with me one time because I was like, this was the movie of my childhood. Like this was
legit.
a great movie.
The
and
movie
by the
of
end
our
of it,
childhood.
she was like, that was stupid. I was like, are you out of your mind? I was like, it's Pauly Shore.
It's a romantic comedy, for crying out loud.
The most romantic of comedies.
The most romantic of comedies.
Middle America.
Ripping the fields. Oh.
Anyways, here we are. This is episode 153 of Snakes and Stogies, which is part of the Herpetoculture Network. It's brought to you by myself, Justin Smith of palmettocoastexotics, Mr. Phil Wolf of knobtails.ig, aka the Nephris Initiative. And if you're here, then you know why we're here. It is time to draw some raffle slots. I got my homemade Vanna White jug here. Double counted, all 15 ping pong balls are in here. Hand drawn.
The Buford Powerball.
That's right, boy. I was legit looking into like actual like pickers, but
I was kind of hoping you just get like a leaf blower and like put like an Utz pretzel jar.
There was a guy on YouTube who did like a shop vac with like
that's
a water jug and like you cut a hole in it and then you put like a piece of wire and a piece of tape so that the ball hits it and catches it, and then you pick that. Cool. But like it just, I was like, okay, that's a lot.
Redneck ingenuity.
Maybe one day, but yeah. So we're here to finally draw winners for the month-long raffle that we've been doing for Slate Reed. If you've listened to the recent THP episode, we had Mr. Ryan Reed on, who's over there to the far right, which is Slate's dad, and he decided to kick it with us, and the Buford Powerball sounds dirty. Yeah, a little bit. But
oh, man.
All right. That's Harry Claiborne, all right?
It's our man.
So, anything new? Well, hold on a second.
Let's choreograph this eloquently, right?
How about we first mention... Yeah. I'm pumped. I know.
I'm like excited.
BlackBoxCages.com.
BlackBoxCages.com.
There's 2 BioGs in this raffle. Those filled up first before anything else. The BioGs like in no time maxed out. So hopefully 2 people will be winning a BioG tonight.
It's pretty awesome.
We're gonna see. Which I think when these people get these BioGs, they're going to be very impressed with them. I freaking love them. I talk about them all the time. It is a great size cage for all kinds of stuff. I enjoy the hell out of them. Any wrinkles being raffled off there, Phil?
No, there is not. But perhaps in the future.
If you bought slots, we can have Phil send you a picture of a wrinkles.
Yes, I'll actually take your 8s and smear it on there for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll dip a tail in ink and autograph it.
Okay. So blackboxcages.com, check them out. Facebook, Instagram, use the code THN at checkout, get a little bit shaved off the top of your order, save some dollars. And the fine people in the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound Pythons, check them out. They're getting married soon.
They are. I just got off the phone with them.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I had a lovely conversation about isopods because I'm going to procure some from them.
That's how we lost Phil. It's official.
Well, that's not good because I think I'm still here.
No, I mean with the isopods, like you're like
you can't cry wolf with this bad connection, bro. I thought I went.
I am crying wolf.
Pun intended, right? Yeah, I figured I'd throw some in with the fossorial stuff, and if they eat them, even better. Yeah. So,
anything new happening?
Well, I
down
got
there in South Florida.
I really do think that one of the stilettos ate a pinky, because they're very good about like just leaving the dead carcass on the surface of the soil. And of all of them, I gave all of them pinkies just to try it again, and I cannot find one of them. And like I went sifting through dirt and flipping over every piece of leaf litter. So I'm convinced it got eaten. And other than that, that's it, man. It's pretty no news is good news.
Small pinky, big win, if that's the case.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Natal black snake, which had ate a pinky, I went to feed it again. It was in shed. I figured, you know what, let me just drop a live one in there. It did not eat it, but it's just coming out of blue. So I'm hoping I'll just wait for it to shed and then try that again. But I did something different with that one. I set it up exactly how I set up the stilettos, but I gave it more soil because it's way more underground than the stilettos are. I threw grass seed in there, the same grass seed that I use with the girdle tail lizards and with the wrinkles. So it's like I have this little bioactive little grass patch, right? I might as well throw some isopods and springtails in there. So, you know, that was hence the phone call to the Gendra.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you end up going with?
They're gonna send me dwarf whites and powder blues. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just
that sounds about right. That's kind of the sort of the standard in terms of, I think, like utilitarian isopods.
Yeah.
Utilitarian, is that the right word for that?
Yeah, that'd be good. Utilitarian. That works for me. And like I said, if they do well, then great. Hopefully they won't eat all my leaf litter and I don't have to keep resupplying it. But at the same time, if
I don't know, man, that's not a bad thing though.
Yeah, if the snakes eat them, who cares?
Well, if they're breaking down those leaves and stuff, they're putting that back in the soil, and that's going to help that grass grow. So
that is true.
It's not a bad thing. Just add more leaf litter.
Yeah.
It is not a green screen that Ryan is on. Feel about the same thing. Like he's actually in the wilds of
the Amazon.
The Amazon right now.
Yeah.
He's coming at us live from Rio de Janeiro deep in the heart of Raffle.
Raffle.
Yeah,
I'm seeing some dart frogs in situ.
There you go. In the tank across the room. Nothing new here, really. I'm gonna start pairing some stuff soon. Had a really interesting incident with the bimaculata, so the twin spotted rat snakes. I fed them, and I usually feed them. They're in the same tub, like they're cohabbed, and I usually feed them together in the tub and don't have any issues. So the other day, I'd finished feeding everybody. It had been like an hour or two after I'd been done. I went and started up the grill to throw some steaks on. Not relevant, but damn it, those steaks were good. And then, just for whatever reason, I have a habit of like periodically just popping into the snake room and just looking around.
We all do it.
And happened to look and see. I was like, why do they look like that? And I opened the tub and find that the female had the male in the process of being eaten.
Partially consumed.
He was about 3 or 4 inches down her gullet.
Oh no.
Still alive. And so I was kind of like, okay, maybe if I like tap her head or something, she'll like freak out and let him go. And then when I picked him up, I realized that he had grabbed her from the inside.
Oh, geez.
And was like holding on and would not let go to stop himself from being eaten.
Wow.
So I had to like grab her. I think when I grabbed him, like I had him in my left hand, her in my right hand. They were both wrapped around my wrist. So I had like these handcuffs of bimaculata.
Oh my.
And so basically, he eventually got out for the most part. Like I had them both. He was still alive. I at least got it to the point where he could breathe. Like you could see his tube was out, so he was getting oxygen. He was still alive. She was okay. Yeah. There was like some blood happening, because I think he had really. So first of all, I was sure that after it was all said and done, that at least one of them would be toast.
Yeah,
because it was fairly bloody. Like there was a lot going on. Both of them are currently fine. So good. I finally got it to the point where he had grabbed her lower jaw. She had grabbed his upper, like the top of his head, and they were just locked. Like, so I had them both in my hands. So I took them into the bathroom, ran some water. That seemed to help a little bit. And then finally I realized like he had been stuck because they had twisted. So like he had a tooth or a couple teeth stuck in like the membranes of her lower jaw. And so then I had to have, I walk into the kitchen and Katie's like cooking something and I'm like, I need your help. And she's like, what's going on? She's like, what the hell? And I was like, I just need you to get some bamboo skewers and help me like pry these two apart because they're stuck.
Wow.
And so I finally got him and like put the male. He's been in his own little container since. And that female, I've been checking on her twice a day, in the morning and when I get home, and they're both fine. Like it's almost like nothing happened. Like,
wow,
really bizarre. And I've heard of cannibalism with those and like Diones and stuff like that, but it's always seemed like it was fairly rare. And so what I think happened, because I've done this a million times where I've fed them together and never had an issue, I think he smelled like mice and she was just really, really, really hungry. So
yeah. And this, you brought them out of cooling and then put them together?
I didn't ever cool them. They've just been together.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even more bizarre. Wow.
So, I don't know, but they're okay so far. I think I'm going to give them a little while before I feed them again, just to make sure there's no damage. And it was never had that happen before, so that was an interesting happening. But
yeah, man, and like it wound up, sounds like it ended well, to say the least.
Yeah. Poor little guy was like, what the hell? Like, you pull him out and I let him go, and he just kind of sat there like, holy shit.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. What about you, Reed? How's your herp room running?
Well, I downsized a lot. I believe it or not, I don't have any more snakes right now. Yeah,
really?
It's crazy. Yeah. So I got frogs, bunch of dart frogs, and I got beaded lizards and Gila monsters, and then I got Burmese black mountain tortoise.
Awesome.
That my son was playing with in the backyard today because it's such nice weather.
Good.
Oh yeah, it was really nice here today.
Yeah. So and and then I guess ciliatus gecko and
nice.
That's about blue tongue. I got a blue tongue. Yeah.
Cool.
Indonesian. So yeah. So, and you know what? I was trying to reply on this chat, and I don't know if I can reply.
You did the private one. I think you need to go to the comments part.
Okay, so I'm on comments, but I don't know how it doesn't. I don't see where I can.
At the very bottom, it'll say "post a comment" with like a little paper airplane.
Maybe I might be cutting it off.
Try going full screen. That might help.
Let me see here. No, I don't know what's going on. Oh well. So I'm sorry if I don't reply back.
That's cool. We can always do it verbally. It's cool.
Yeah. That is like a wallpaper, Billy. And someone said something about Sasquatch.
You ain't got to worry about getting attacked by him because I'm right here.
Well, remember when I was on that podcast with Joe, I think I was wearing that shirt with Sasquatch on there. It said like Sasquatch, the true social distancer or something like that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That would be a good that wall mural would be great to like have a little Sasquatch that you could like put in there.
That would be awesome.
Put him in there.
A magnet on two sides, and you can like move them around.
Yes,
that'd be great.
Or Predator.
Or Predator.
My son would love that. Yeah.
Phil, what are you smoking upon this evening?
This evening, I went back to one that I had recently that I'd never heard of, and I always butcher the name. It's a Aganorsa
leaf.
And Fabrica de Tabacos Casa Fernandez.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I don't remember which one that was exactly as far as the wrapper, because they had like a Maduro and...
I think this is I think this is Maduro. It's a Maduro in a what's the one above Toro? Brain farting.
Gordo? Churchill?
No, it's way smaller than Churchill.
Robusto.
It's probably Robusto. Yeah, it's probably Robusto.
Corona.
But no, I think it's too thick to be a Corona. Regardless, it was good the last time. I said let's do it again, and I actually forgot that I had a second one, and yeah, that's what we're going with for right now.
Nice. I'm still on my my Blackbird Unkind kick.
Oh, there you go. Love that label.
Dude, this is such a good cigar. And then I have Blackbird's kind of a cool company because they name all their cigars after different birds. So this one's a Coco, which is a Criollo wrapper, which is pretty good.
Cool.
So Raj gave me a deal on some Blackbird stuff. So
nice.
Hey, Puget Sound.
There they are. And Mr. Reed, are you imbibing in an adult vice this evening?
You know, I'm not. Being in the frog room, I'm not going to smoke a cigar. I wish I was out on the tiki bar right now, but to move all my electronic devices with the amount of pollen that is going around.
Oh
yeah.
Bill, is it covering everything down by you?
Everything.
No. Dude, it is brutal here.
Yeah, we don't really get that.
Unbelievable. What?
Yeah, because my stuff doesn't really have a season, you know.
Is it all the pines, you think? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I went through the forest today and it was, I mean, you could see it like smoke going through.
Really?
Like you go over the bigger bridges and stuff here, like there's a haze.
Yeah.
And you can just see it's yellow. Like it's
that's
eerie.
Yeah, we don't get anything like that. I mean, we'll get like there's a particular type of winged roach that's seasonal that we'll get swarms of them, and then we get mosquitoes are crazy, but we really don't get like a pollen season. I mean, I'm sure this time of year messes with people's allergens, you know. I know everyone, but by me at least, but we don't get like the cars covered in dust, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's bad
like that now. It almost seems worse than it has been in previous years.
Yeah.
Just brutal. But
yeah, I sent you a couple pictures of today, Justin. It just, yeah.
Well, Ryan, if you feel so inclined to put your headphones down and grab an adult beverage at any time, we encourage it.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. I know a nice zombie would be good right now.
Nice.
So how about you, Phil? I haven't talked with you in a while. What's going on with your breeding?
Man, I've got so much baby stuff that's just taken way longer than I thought. You know, like for example, my good buddy Marcus gave me some really rare locality Mexican Black Kings. Don't ask me what the locality is because I completely forgot. But I could have sworn they were 3 years old, and then I went back looking through like old photos of like when I got them as hatchlings, and it's only been 2 years. So I thought I stunted them. I thought they were just, you know, runty, and it's not. They're just still young. So I got to wait on them. I got at least another year, if not 2 years, on Pyros. Corn's got another year. Hondo's got another year at least. I'm going to pair the Rincals. I'm going to pair one pair probably this week if I play my cards right. I paired water pythons. It's my first time trying to breed pythons on purpose. Nice. And I did what people told me to do, and I don't think they locked. I never saw they slept together for like a solid month. They were just chilling, and when I went to take them apart, they were separate. They were hiding underneath paper, but they were separated. And I fed them 3 days ago, so I think maybe end of next week I might put them together for like a night or two, see what that did, see if getting a meal in them did something, and then take them out, feed them again, and just kind of do that for a couple more weeks and cross my fingers.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be breeding Cerastes in April. That's the goal with them. And man, I think that's it for this year. There's really nothing. Everything's still tiny. So
yeah.
I have a feeling that 2025 is probably going to be like, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But slow game.
Yeah. There you go.
Are we ready to draw some balls?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to give or at least have Ryan give a brief recap if he's comfortable with it, or you can do it or whatever, of, why we're doing this and how great of an opportunity it is for everyone, including like everything, and just kind of give like a brief synopsis if we can.
Sure.
Yeah. So I really, I just want to thank everybody for participating. Thank you guys for putting this on. It's overwhelming. It's amazing. How wonderful you guys are and the community is. So, we love you guys. And we really appreciate it. So in October, we had, I'll even step back even before that. Last March, we had our son at a neurologist because he wasn't jumping, wasn't, skipping, running like the other kids were. So we went to a neurologist and she looked at him and she's like, he's just slow with his milestones. And so we're like, okay, we didn't think much about it. Then we enrolled them in the 4K school, and there's a physical therapist there. She's like, you know what? She emailed me. She's like, I think you need to get some tests done on your son. He's showing a Gower sign. It's like a Gower sign. And so I Googled it, and that was the worst thing, just Googling, because then it opened up with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and most stuff on the internet is 10, 20 years out of date, and that's especially when it comes to some of these research diseases that just there's not a whole lot out there, So anyway, I start freaking out. We take him to MUSC and we got a blood test drawn. And then the blood test came through my charts. So I read it before the doctors could even give me a call. And I saw his creatine kinase levels that were, should be under 300 or 35,000. Liver enzymes were just off the charts. So I start flipping out because I knew right then that there's something there, and I knew it was probably Duchenne. So then we did genetic testing, and they did confirm that he has a genetic mutation in the intron. So Duchenne muscular dystrophy is caused by a mutation in the dystrophin gene. And what happens is that you got the dystrophin gene is one of the largest genes in the human body. It's 79 exons long. And there's hot spots in this gene where a lot of kids will have a deletion, usually around like 45 to 53. There's deletions. Some kids have additions, but then there's other kids that could potentially have point mutations. Like my son, his is, so an exon is like a car, like a train car, and an intron connects the cars together. That's kind of how I put it. So his is in a spliced donor site. So it's an intron connecting two cars. And what happens is there's a mutation. So instead of a G, he has an A. So the dystrophin's going down this gene, and then it hits his mutation. It's like, wait a minute, that's not right. So then it stops the dystrophin production, which is a protein that helps. It's like a shock absorber for the muscles. So it helps protect the muscles. So if you don't have dystrophin, your muscles start breaking down, causing fibrosis and stuff like that. And, when I first heard about, muscular dystrophy, I was like, my son doesn't have that because he's toned. Like we went to Dick's Sporting Goods last summer, and people are like, oh my gosh, your kid looks like a little bodybuilder. And what that is actually, it's the muscles breaking down and being replaced by fat. Even though they feel hard and they feel like muscles, it's actually fibrosis setting in. So anyway, we got the genetic results in It was in November, but yeah, his mutation's in intron 62 at this place donor site. And my wife ended up getting tested, and she's actually a carrier as well. So it's a X-linked recessive mutation. And the thing about it is that it's primarily in boys because, boys only have one X chromosome, right? The females have two X chromosomes. So if you have one mutation on one of those X chromosomes, most of the time women don't show any type of phenotypic symptoms. They can have issues with their heart later on in life, but for the most part, they usually don't show any symptoms. Now, that's not 100%. There are some girls that have Duchenne, but like 99.9% of the time, it's boys. So when she passes on, her genes, my wife passed on her genes, it's a 50-50 shot whether or not that child's going to have Duchenne or not, if it's a boy. And a lot of times it's the same mutation. So I've seen families that have 4 kids. One of them is fine. 3 of them have Duchenne. It's a rough disease. The lifespan has increased over time, but the research when I was doing it was saying, by the second decade of life is usually when they end up passing from heart failure or lungs, diaphragm. So that was really super scary. And then just them saying, well, be prepared, by the time he's 10, he'll probably start transitioning into a wheelchair and all that stuff. And, when he gets, if he does manage to live, longer, he could, need assistance with, eating and might need a ventilator and stuff like that. So a lot of scary things to look at. And, I was just devastated. For about a month and a half to 2 months, I was in a dark place. And then I thought, my son's the same son as he was before we found out, and right now he's not in a serious decline. He's still kind of, improving on some skills, because he's only 5. He just turned 5 in January. Usually they start going downhill, right about 8 is when they really start declining. And I was like, I need to be positive for him, because if he can feed off of our energy. So I did.
Sure.
I did all kinds of research, having a science background, I could follow it pretty well and follow some of the science and the research that's been done. And there's a lot of positive stuff out there. A matter of fact, I just saw, this was a couple days ago, I can pull it up here. The FDA granted a orphan drug designation for this GIVI-MPC. And what it is, it's a treatment. It's a stem cell treatment, and it's actually regenerating muscle. So it's actually growing muscles and
That's
growing
awesome.
muscle. Yeah. Growing muscles with, in mouse and in pig models, they're getting 100% dystrophin.
Wow.
So I mean that's huge. Right now it's not in pre-clinical trials. It's not in clinical trials right now, but there's all kinds of stuff. Like I will do Google searches on a daily basis, and I'll restrict my searches for 24 hours because new stuff's coming out all the time.
Yeah.
And 5 years ago, this wasn't the case. A lot of people will say, they've been in it for, 20, 30 years. They've been, dealing with, the Duchenne community, and they said that 20, 30 years ago, this was science fiction, the stuff that they're doing now. So even though as of now, there is no cure, I feel like a cure is coming. But my goal is, since he's 5, that we can at least try to get some transformative treatments. Maybe it's not a cure,
right?
But it extends that ambulation a little bit longer and a little bit longer until that cure is found. Look at HIV, look at cystic fibrosis, all these diseases, sickle cell, all these diseases were, death sentences for people. And now people are being able to manage the disease. They're not cured, but they're able to manage where they can live a fairly normal life.
Yeah, it's a major step in the right direction, regardless. And it's
right.
We talked about it when you were on with Jake and I. Like the speed at which the technology and advancements are moving is just mind blowing, especially considering how long we've been around in terms of like modern civilization and things. And the last like 200 years, 150 years, like just insane that it wasn't that long ago. Like the first car was on the roads.
Right.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah. And look at CRISPR. CRISPR was, was pretty much found out about 10 years ago. I don't know if people are, I'm sure, a lot of people are familiar with CRISPR, but they found that bacteria actually can defend itself from viruses. And so anyway, they developed something called CRISPR-Cas9, which goes in and edits the DNA, does a double-strand DNA cut. And now they're looking at CRISPR 2.0, which is base editing. So this base editing actually goes in and puts a nick in a strand, in the DNA strand, and it goes and it finds that nick and it replaces, if they have a single spelling error, like my son, goes in and it fixes it.
Wow.
So and right now, and then there's another one called prime editing, which it goes in, it's almost like a word processor, goes in and fixes different points of the DNA. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's being developed. That kind of stuff is still a few years away from trials, but they are doing stuff with sickle cell with the CRISPR that's working. They're doing that now,
awesome.
Which is really cool. Yeah.
Kitchen's cooking, man. It's great.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. It's
absolutely
crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with us. I know a lot of people were a little, I don't want to say confused, but they wanted to hear more about what this was about. They want to hear more about you and your family. And we, again, thank you so much for coming on. And we're thankful to everybody for everything,
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to see, the all the people that got involved and just the support. I mean, it's really, really great to see that. I mean, it's awesome.
Everyone showed up. It was good.
Yeah. And I've got some people requesting that if Slate can make it to Daytona, they would love to have you and the family come down, because there's some people flying in from out of town and they didn't know who you were before this, but I mean, obviously you're family, man. And like, they want to meet you and meet Slate and everything else. And if we can, great,
that would be awesome.
Fingers crossed,
Yeah. That'd be awesome. That'd be fun. Yeah. And my dad doesn't live very far away. He lives in Palm Coast.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah. So that'd be awesome.
Awesome. Well, Smitty, would you care to spin the captain's wheel?
Time to spin the chamber bores. Let me bring this bad boy up. So we're just gonna start from A and go down to Z and then AA. And I have my handy dandy bucket here. And I thought I did this to where I could see.
I will say this may be the most people we've had watching live.
I believe it is.
I believe it is. So,
well, thank you.
yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, Raffle A is the bacon line garg donated by one Chris Painchab. I have here my jar of balls. So I'm going to shake this bad boy up. There's 1 through 15 in here since I did 15 slots for everything.
Can you scroll up a little bit to show the garg?
Yes.
Thank you.
It is nice. The bacon line stuff is really nice. Like Chris makes some
sizzling.
nice garg, man.
That's nice.
Sizzling bacon.
And live animals shipping was provided by Reptiles Express, who we've used and loved long before we did this. But of course, once again, Mike and the boys came through again. So,
oh yeah, Reptiles Express coming in clutch.
So I'm trying to figure out for the ones that don't have as many slots bought, if I should take out like all but those slots from the jar and draw that way.
Well, I mean, I think it'd probably just be easier if you did land like right there, number 7's empty. If you get 7, just put it to the side and grab another one.
Oh yeah, for sure. But for the ones that don't have as many,
okay,
so that are like 5 or so, like I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Play it by ear.
Is this loud?
No, it adds effect. I love it.
Okay, it's loud.
And at the same time, one of our sponsors, the Puget Sound Pythons, they put a great thing. Smash that like button, folks, please and thank you.
And subscribe. I have number 13.
Who do we got?
That son of a bitch, Jason Keller.
Hey, there he is.
I can't highlight it, but I'm also writing these down as we go, so I can keep track of who I need to.
Congratulations, Keller! Got yourself a little
gargoyle and a really nice cow king. Return to sender. I'm writing that as a note right here. Okay. All right. Speaking of demonic king snakes, as much as I'm going to miss this little bastard, let's see. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's a good looking snake. Actually, I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl. Keller didn't bother to sex it. I wasn't going to bother to sex it. It's a nice little king. If you're into cow kings and you're into mean little cow kings, then he will fit in perfectly. So it's donated by Jason Keller. That is number 3, which is Chris Chaffin.
Awesome.
Chris just bought some slots today, so that is excellent.
Awesome.
He did.
Congrats, Chris.
Hey, Chris is in the chat.
Nice. Jason Keller says, I win more stuff on this show than anything else. It's great, man.
Okay, so we got that down. Next, high contrast tangerine leopard gecko donated by Christian Parr of Lightside Reptiles. I believe the high contrast tangerines are also called clowns.
That is a straight up cutie from the produce section of your local Publix.
Let's see here. Is a nice leopard gecko. This one I have number 8, which is not taken. Woo. 6, just Brendan Meyer.
Hey.
Look at that. I don't know if Brendan's in the chat.
He should be.
Smitty put that king in the FedEx pickup tonight.
Hey, he is in the
There
chat.
you go.
Congrats, Meyer.
I'm glad it's going to someone who's not going to tell me, no, what, you can keep that, King, man. I know how much you like it. Because I had a feeling that was going to happen.
And Brendan, Patrick says you need to name it Cheeto, which would be very apropos.
All right, Raffle D. So this is it's a 22 Poplin carpet, possible female, from 2 nerd parents from a local guy named Kai Williams. He's on Instagram as Kythons. That's Kai. So check him out. I actually have this. He brought it to my house over the weekend for me to have to ship out. It is a very nice little Poplin. I have pictures of the parents available. So for whoever wins, if they are interested in those, I will send them to you. He also has sort of notes as far as like feeding schedule and stuff that he's had it on and everything that I will also send. I don't know if he got the parents from Nerd specifically, or if he got them from someone who got them from Nerd. But I've seen the pictures of the parents and they are very nice animals. And this is a nice animal itself. So this one also filled up pretty quick last minute. So let's see.
I love it. It's like its own drum roll.
Seven, Nate Truex.
Congratulations, Nate.
Nate. Look at that.
That's great.
Nate Truex. Excellent. Next, Raffle E, Thorn Scrub Rat Snake Trio, donated by Jacob Bratz. If anyone is interested, there may also be 2 neonate unsexed Thorn Scrub Rats included by me. These are nice. I believe they are all not Nueces County. Damn it, he told me and I'm blanking at the moment. Near Nueces, like one of the counties over from that, but they're all adults. I think they're ready, like size, ready to go, all that good stuff. So, and I'm not reading the comments, so if there's anything going on, let me know. Oh, Phil's gone. Phil ain't even here. That bitch. Okay.
Look at that Hawaiian shirt.
Is it the Uzi one?
He's sporting the tiki shirt.
Oh. Let's see. 14. That one is blank. $11 is Nate Truex.
Hey,
Hey.
Our first double of the night, right?
Yep. Let's see. Nate Truex. I dropped the 14. What is going on? Next, Chinese cave geckos donated by me. These were produced by Chris Painchab. Also, not sure exactly on the sex. I think you could probably get a loop and check for pores, but I don't know. But they're healthy and cool little geckos. So
very cool geckos.
They are very cool geckos.
Very, very, very cool geckos.
Number 9, blank. $12, blank.
Oh, jeez. The suspense.
15.
4, Brennan Meyer.
Hey.
Damn,
2
son.
doubles so far. Love it.
B. Meyer. All right. Next, SMR High White Okatee female and a male buff that was produced by Joe Phelan. The high white Okatee is a Don Soderbergh SMR animal donated by Mike Kosicki. I have 2 offspring from this pairing that he produced, I think, last year, and they are really nice. I actually love that female. Like I love white, high white corns. So
Yeah, it's a
really
shame
into
you
that.
can't zoom in because those 2 animals are awesome looking.
Yeah. For Holly White.
Nice.
There we go.
Congrats, Holly.
Let's see next. Another Popwin carpet donated by Thomas McKenzie. This is one he produced. What he said, it probed male or popped male, hatched on 7/24, eating fuzzies, live fuzzies weekly. This is Raffle. Raffle H. I have 12, which is empty. Three, which is empty. Let me create a little kangaroo pouch with my shirt here. There we go.
If only we could see it.
$14, which is empty.
Bum bum bum.
$13, Jason Cap.
Hey.
All right.
Good job.
Me. Oh, are you writing? Okay.
Oh, you got a personal assistant now?
Katie, yeah, Katie's like, I can't sleep because of the noise. So, dude, this thing's loud. Next is the Benchmade cigar cutter.
There it is.
Donated by Mr. Wolf. This thing
And just
is
so
nuts.
everyone knows, this is a discontinued item, never to be made again. It is unavailable on the internet. I actually just checked eBay yesterday to see if there's any going around secondhand, and there is a couple going secondhand, but they're going for a lot of money for all these Benchmade knife collectors who have to have one of every one. This is not only an awesome cutter, but it's going to be one of those you don't want to use too often knives. And
You can only use it for legal bravado.
yeah, exactly. It is new in the wrapper. I only opened it once to take photos, and it's sat in the box ever since.
All right.
And shipping on that is taken care of by me, so don't even worry about it.
What a guy. Nine, which is Matt Most.
Hey,
Look at
good
that.
stuff. Good stuff.
Next, also by Phil Wolf, a pink. Real men have pink snake hooks.
Yep. So this one was actually donated by Venom Life Gear to go to one of our charity auctions, and I basically been sitting on it, saving it for one that I knew was going to be a good one, like we're doing now. So this is it, and it is, I believe it's a 30-inch in a standard U with a standard chisel on the foot. So, and again, I will take care of shipping, so don't worry about that.
Number one is Bill Bradley.
Hey, Billy boy. Congrats,
he
Bill.
would have a pink hook.
He would. And you'd think he'd give it to one of the many women in his family. But no, he's probably going to keep it for himself because he's that much of a man.
Next is a THN. I call it a tack bag, but it's a nice book bag. I actually have one that I made for myself. It's a nice Herpen bag. It's got all kinds of pockets and stuff and straps and things. So we're gonna.
And yeah, Patrick has a good point. If it's pink, you won't lose it in the field. So
Yeah.
7 is Steve Smith.
Hey, Steve O. Congrats.
This was the other one that filled up really quick. So this is the $300 voucher. That's not even including shipping. So Eric said he'd cover shipping. $300 voucher for ECW Reptiles. Eric produces some really, really, really nice corns. And this one filled up quick. So I have 8, which is Alex Horvath.
Awesome. Congrats, Alex.
All right, BlackBox stuff.
Here we go.
This is a BioG. So they have a couple on hand that do have some things already in them. I figured we'd have whoever wins can message the page and then message BlackBox, and then we can kind of figure out from there, because there were a couple options. So let's get into this. Number 1, Bill Bradley.
Hey, the third double.
Does that count as the hat trick?
I mean, I think a hat trick should be if the same person wins. So now if Nate, Bill, and who is the other double?
Brennan.
So if any of them gets a third one, that's your hat trick.
What did you write down? Yeah. Yes. Next, original art piece from Casey Rasmussen of Cold Blood Studio, or Studio Cold Blood, I should say. My apologies. I got a slot in this one because I really like it. So this one might take a minute because this is one of the ones where it's like, unless we just happen to land on Billy Jenkins right out the gate.
It's actually a really cool piece of art. I really like that one.
It's original. She said she'd have it like coated and protected and all that stuff. So six empty.
Part of me thinks you should just take the top off and just grab a handful.
Grab like what, 3 of them, and then Well,
grab
no, that won't work because then if I grab 2 in one hand, how am I supposed to pick?
Well, then you gotta mix them around between the 2 hands, and then have your wife pick one. Pick one hand.
We'll do it quickly. How about that? 11. Right. Hey, that's me.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, it's not rigged. Take your notes. Cool. Next, Raffle O, 25 centimeter Priscara fossil piece. I think Wyman told me this was from like Eocene era.
And what's crazy is if you ask the good doctor, I'm sure he will send you some photos of him working on this piece, because I don't know exactly how long it took him, but it took him a very long time to sand away this piece to get it to look the way that it does.
Yeah. 8. Three, Carol Ulrich.
Hey, there we go. Congrats, Carol.
I need note lady. You're abandoning your post.
You had one job.
It's Carol Ulrich. Number 3. Carol. It's impossible to find good help these days. Next, Raffle P, original Rhino Rat art from Jeff
There
Frederick.
it is. That thing is so awesome.
It's very cool. This was another one that I wanted to buy. I wanted to get a lot of slots on this one. That's a 9. It's empty. It's a 6. Empty. Closing in.
Feel the ball. Be the ball.
11. Doc Wyman.
Hey, speaking of the ducktail.
Bam.
Good stuff.
Emerald Legacy. Bam. Next up, Terrarium Plant Pack donated by Equatorial Ecosystems. It's going to be 7 to 10 plants. Total value of $150. Let's go. Come on. 14. Empty. Eight. Lisa Lubert.
Nice. Congrats, Lisa. I love how much diversity we have on the selection of this raffle. There's so many cool things.
Yeah. Very cool.
Next, NPR calendar plus a shirt of the winner's size. I also believe maybe there were some other colors. You'll have to ask Burke. So basically you win. We'll just message Burke and get your size and then, get all that sorted out. So. Eight. One. $15. Dang.
Whoa. Dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball.
10.
Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but it's sterile. I like the taste.
Dodgeball.
6.
They're getting warmer.
5.
Billy Jenkins says 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I love you too, Skylar.
9. Jeff Zellers.
Hey. Congrats, Jeffy. Hefe.
LAFE.
I'm Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Raffle S. Carpets and Coffee mugs. Also donated by the Podfather.
That one's actually super cool. Like to have your Carpets and Coffee mug while you're drinking coffee while listening to Carpets and Coffee.
Eight. Lisa Lubert.
Nice. Right out of the gate.
Dang.
That's how we roll.
Raffle T, the more complete carpet python, and the Chondro Green Tree Pythons, Natural History, and Captive Maintenance. which is a very, very, very good book.
I was actually surprised that this one didn't completely fill up.
Me too.
But I feel like the majority of the people that are partaking in this probably already have those books. But at the same time, this is a golden opportunity to get both of them for a great cause.
Yep. This was donated by our buddy Michael Gillen, shipped to us from Dr. J, and it will be shipped out by me. So
awesome.
$12.
So Mike Stefani says that if Bill Bradley wins the Mertens, he will not pay for shipping. Bill and his family must come to his house and pick it up in person because that's the only way he's going to get him over there.
5. Billy Jenkins.
Billy Jenkins. Congratulations, Mr. Jenkins.
You also have to drive up here and get them. Okay, this next one is Raffle U, Rattlesnake Avoidance Dog Training, donated by Dylan Shows and Get Rattled. So the description is the course will expose your dog to a variety of obstacles designed to replicate a natural interaction with a rattlesnake and allow for a safe training experience. The training will take from 15 minutes to a full hour and utilize electronic collars to create a lasting training response. Multiple courses are held in the greater Reno, Eastern Nevada, Sacramento, and Bay Area, with single courses held in the Boise, Idaho area, Canby, Oregon, and Fort Collins, Colorado.
It's actually really cool.
It is.
Super cool.
$14. 11. 3. 9.
You may have to reach in there for this one, bud.
Hell no. 1. Joe Rosa.
Hey, there he is. Nice. Congrats, Joe.
Very, very good. Another BlackBox, Raffle V, another BioG, same deal as the first one. Couple options available that will work out with Jen. Let's see. $15, Eric Westmoreland.
Hey.
Boom.
Very cool. Congrats, Eric. It's going to love it. Going to love it.
Eric Westmoreland. Are you watching Grey's Anatomy while you do this?
Okay. How unprofessional.
It's like the most depressing show ever, man. I don't know how she talked about my movies being depressing. This is horrible. Raffle W, $150 New South Shirt custom apparel voucher donated by New South Shirts and myself. So don't worry about it. It's my own Da Vinci Code. She's critiquing my handwriting.
Is she rewriting everything you wrote?
It hasn't changed since like the 5th grade. Cut me some slack.
He's over there scratching out Aramaic.
So with this, basically $150 voucher, we do custom shirts. I make like all the THN stuff, and we do some hats, and we do some other odds and ends. So, you know, people need shirts. If you're running around with a brand and you're not wearing clothes and you're just naked, it makes things weird. So,
well, I mean, I was going to say this is a golden opportunity for a lot of smaller breeders who maybe didn't want to pull the trigger on making some merch. You can get a lot of merch for $150, especially on like the wholesale side. So it's a great deal.
$15. 7, which is Lance Kirkman.
Hey, the Kirkman. I love it. Good stuff, Lance. Good stuff. Congrats.
You got that?
Is he in here?
He was, I think, at the start. I don't know if he still is or not.
I was gonna say, I know he's in the past, so he's got to catch up.
You're not on. Like it's. Do you need to be turned on? No. We have a raffle to do. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's talking smack. Raffle X, Snakes of Southeast Asia. So I ended up with 2 copies of this. So this is one that I'm donating. It's a very cool little book. Compact and packed full of information. So
It's got a Caliophus in the front. How could you go wrong?
eight, which is Christian Parr.
Hey, nice. Chrissy got some Caliophus booking.
So Raffle Y is the Jack Daniels North Face size large jacket, which is very nice, donated by Ryan Cox. I'm gonna save us all some trouble, and Billy Jenkins is the winner.
Hey, which is hilarious because I feel like they choreographed that.
Yeah, I don't know, and I put the description is ridiculously soft because I have it here, so I'm gonna ship it out. Cox sent it to me to send out.
Yeah.
And that thing is very, very, very comfortable. If it were my size, I probably would have put in a slot or 2 on it as well.
I feel like I knew had I not known who donated this, I would have known who donated this. And at the same time, had I not known who bidded, I knew who bidded. That's so great.
Nice.
My cigar keeps going out because I'm ignoring it.
Billy Jenkins. Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Here we
Big
go.
Guns, Raffle Z, Marin's Monitor,
Big
donated
Guns.
by Mike Stefani, Mike's Monitors.
Let's see the lizard again. Scroll up. Let's see that.
So that's
Look
not
at
the exact one. That is sort of an example of.
Still.
But
Oh,
that's cool.
awesome
man.
animals.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
And if Gron wins this, he too has to drive out there and pick it up.
Oh. You know he'll do it too. Remember that one time we drove 3,000 miles to pick up a water lizard?
3?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
$15. $1. Bill Bradley.
He did it. He did. Looks like the Bradley family's going on a road trip.
I don't think he's that far from them, though.
Well, congratulations, Bill. And thank you again, Mike, for the donation, man. It's
Yeah,
freaking
dude.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Raffle AA 22 male exanthic mandarin rat snake donated by Matt Most of Sarpamitra. This was
Born
sort of a
in
last minute
Chernobyl.
addition.
Still glowing with radioactivity.
It is a nice snake.
And Bill Bradley got the hat trick.
He did.
Oh,
Wait.
there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Wait,
You got him,
who is it?
Justin,
Oh,
Woo! What's up?
would you come on here to talk smack?
Yes, I did. Sorry, go ahead and draw.
How's it going?
We're all high-fiving you right now.
That's right.
$12. Steve Nelson.
Hey, congrats, Steve.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's a great animal, man. What an awesome snake.
That is a very nice snake.
Oh,
Smoking.
smoking. What's the Bradley
Right.
family saying?
They're mostly laughing at me.
I honestly
Why?
think that Mike was serious when he said you had to drive out and get it.
Oh, he was totally serious. Yeah.
He said you can have it, but you got to come get it.
Raffle to go to his house. We'll just come if it's that big.
Yeah, Teresa was offended. She wants a family invite minus lizards. She just wants family time.
Okay.
You can do both.
Yeah.
I agree.
And by the way, I don't know if you can see the chat, Bill, but Joe Rosa says, "Congrats to everyone other than the jerk who won the pig hook."
Right. That's what's up.
Yes,
That's
congrats
great.
to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna get in touch with Reptiles Express tomorrow and coordinate that. We'll get everything sort of rocking and rolling. If you're out in an area where it's still stupid cold and shipping weather's kind of crappy, then we can figure something out as far as anything that I have or Jake has that needs to be shipped. I don't mind holding things for a while if I need to. It's not a big deal. And this was good. Let me see. I think the total raised. Whoop.
Bum 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 bum. What do we got?
We are at $6,000, $6,245.
Wow.
Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I mean, you know, big thanks and much love to everybody that has donated, that has participated in the raffle. I'm overwhelmed with emotions on that. I really appreciate it. And it's, definitely going to help, Slate's, we just got back from Duke University, Duke Hospital, and he saw 7 different doctors when we were up there. We got to see him every 6 months. Hopefully there will be a gene therapy that might be approved by the FDA, hopefully in May. The last gene therapy last year, I think it was, that came out, the one shot, $2.8 million for that one shot. So unfortunately, rare diseases have a pretty high cost for treatments, just because of, there's not as many people that are needing those treatments. So I'm so blessed to have, friends like you guys out there. I really appreciate it. And, love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Appreciate
It's
it.
awesome. It's awesome.
I don't know
And
if
thank
you
you
can
so
hear Katie.
much. What's Katie saying?
She said you guys are totally deserving.
Thank
You want me to? I can
Absolutely.
turn your mic if you want.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who
Yes.
who partook, in everything. Even if you liked a photo or you shared a story on Instagram, or you actually, got a slot in the raffle, like, thank you to everybody. It really means the world. It does.
And I would put Slate on if he wasn't sleeping right now. But one of these shows will get him on here.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
he-
For sure.
everybody. Yeah.
That'll be great. It'll be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that came out. Whether you are just hanging out with us, or you donated, or you bought slots. It's awesome. I was talking with Jake about on the last THP bit. Not really having any expectations in terms of what would happen. But I'm glad that it surpassed. It did really well. I'm really happy with the results of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
And
we will
again-
do more in the future. So I think
Yeah.
my plan is probably like maybe twice a year do something like this. I
Sure.
know, so I have like a spreadsheet with a handful of organizations that I would like to regularly sort of have on like a rotation for this, like ASF, which we've done before, Highlands and Islands, King Cobra Conservancy. There's a handful that I'll have to go back and look, but it's just awesome to be able to do this. And I think the system that I've kind of got in place to get everything together and the logistics of it has worked out really well so far. It's been really low drama and non-invasive and easy for everybody, I think. So
Right on, man.
I figure if I figured out the formula, might as well use it to the best of my abilities. So
Oh yeah.
And I need to create like a Instagram for my son and keep everyone updated on his progress. And
That'd be cool.
yeah.
Get him some herping action on the gram.
Yeah. He loves reptiles and amphibians. I mean, he's running around. I mean, he's just like me when I was a kid, just running around catching lizards and snakes, and he's really into it as well.
he needs a corn snake. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's great. And a huge thanks to Reptiles Express yet again, because they're them helping out with all the live animal deliveries. It's awesome. So if they're listening, thank you.
Yeah, we go ahead, Ryan.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was say they've been we've been big fans of theirs for a long time. That's who I've been using for shipping for the last handful of years, and I wish I had made the switch sooner. Like truly, how we are with our sponsors and stuff. Like we don't, they're not really an official sponsor, but in terms of people we endorse and we kind of get behind, we don't get behind them without really truly enjoying their product or their service or being happy with that. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be
they're
preaching
awesome.
Reptiles Express if I didn't think they were great, and I'm pretty hardcore to them and what they do. So
agreed.
Yeah,
They've taken care of all of us and all of our friends, and can't speak highly enough about them.
And they got to deal with Mike Arnold. I mean, that enough. Like we should.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, those poor souls.
I think Mike wanted to bid on my background.
Oh, really? That's good. That's good. We'll have another one made specifically for the next one.
There we go.
That's great.
It looks like something Phil should get made for the back of a rink enclosure.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's the wrong habitat.
Out of our iron.
Right. What would be cool is if you got like one of those moving pictures, like on the waterfall side, so like it looks like the waterfall is actually running. Like that would be cool.
It's funny. So the last podcast I did with you guys, I don't know if you remember, Justin. I had the tree fern in here.
Yeah.
So
gave it depth.
Yeah. So every once in a while, I'll kind of tap it and it would start moving. He is out. He is really out there.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tree fern's outside right now, absorbing this nice weather and getting bombarded by pollen.
Yeah, right. Since we got Bill Bradley on here, you want to give us a little taste as to what we can expect with the Mertens enclosure? Throw you right under the bus.
Yeah, because he wasn't told. I didn't know about it until literally 2 hours ago.
Did you hear the yelling from the background?
Oh, we heard it.
Hey, for the record, none of us had anything to do with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I currently do have a 7x4x6-ish enclosure.
Well, I imagine it's going to be at least a year or so before it needs something of that much space.
Yeah. No, I have any of the mid-size stuff. I obviously can build out and just keep things going until it's an adult. But dude, the adult enclosures where all the fun is, man. So yeah, no, we're talking zoopoxy trees and 150-gallon troughs for water features and all kinds of ridiculousness.
Awesome.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go hang out at Mike's house and have dinner and copy what I see at his house, probably.
Yeah. I expect to see a photo in the near future of you in one of those like 1900s one-piece bathing suits with flippers in the water with the Mertens. That'll make the calendar.
holding a pink hook. I'm down.
Holding a yeah,
I'm down for that.
That'll make the calendar. That'll be the cover of the calendar for Chris.
I'm in for that.
It's got to be the 1900s one-piece bathing suit with the black and white stripes, like Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Wifey in the background just shaking her head.
You mean like right now?
I know.
Yeah.
I could feel her look
that way, like 3 feet. The wife look I'm getting when I don't have a look. It's that look. That one.
Oh, it's good. She'll fall in love with it within no time.
Don't worry, you can cuss on this podcast. It's okay.
Yeah. Everybody knows a sailor.
Yeah. Slate sleeping.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Children are in bed. It's fine.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. It is true. It's very true. It's for the kids.
You like Mike's family.
I do like Mike's family.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like Mike's family.
We actually, Justin was on Lizard Brain last night. We did talk about that though, that like our crowd of people that bought slots, yeah, like that's, awesome. But like the flip is true too. Like it was our crowd that was donating things as well. Like it's, the community around this, like did both, donated things and bought things and like Justin was saying how he wanted to do different ones for different, Bronia Alliance or what have you. And it's one of those things where like, sometimes those are a little one-off. Like if you weren't super into venomous, maybe you didn't know about Highlands and Islands or, some of those things are a little niche.
Sure.
But then on the community side, when it was like, oh, this is for a family, it's not a reptile nerd thing. Dude, like everybody and their brother came out of the woodwork and Justin was still getting things after, people were trying to add things to it after we had already established it. Like still stuff was coming in, it was really cool, man.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I was telling Bill, like a lot of it wasn't me actively going to people and saying, hey, do you have anything you can donate? It was people that just as soon as they heard about it, they were like, hey, I've got this. Do you have any, like Tox was like, I can get a Jack Daniels jacket. I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I really, like I said before, I really appreciate it. And, spreading the word about Duchenne and other rare diseases, that's crucial as well. My wife and I didn't really know much about it. We knew, about muscular dystrophies, but not as much about Duchenne. And it's really important that people learn about it and know, how it affects people. And it's, it's crazy because being a rare disease, there's so many different rare diseases out there that when you add up all these rare diseases, 1 in 10 has a rare disease. And so it doesn't become very rare anymore. So I, like I said, I really appreciate all the support. And it's changed our lives. I hate that that we've gone through this and that Slate's, going through this but I feel like we're going to be better people because of it. We're just going to, once we cure Slate, we're going to the next person, and once we cure Duchenne, we're going to go to the next disease, try to find a cure. So no kid has to deal with a rare fatal disease. It's just, I mean, I was a softie before this happened. You know, I would always watch this Hallmark commercials and I'd start crying. And now I can't watch that stuff anymore. I mean, St. Jude. I mean, every time I saw a St. Jude commercial, I'm like, where's my wallet? I got to donate. I mean, and we, you know, we donate to St. Jude. We donate to Cure Duchenne. We donate to Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy. It's part of our life now, to help, you know, other people in need. And so for everyone out there to help us, it's just awesome. And I really, truly appreciate everything that everyone has done. Like I said, love you guys. It's just, you guys are amazing. So, and my aunt's on there.
That's great.
Yeah, Cindy.
Nice. That's awesome.
I guess in terms of like muscular dystrophies, like how similar are they to, like overall, do they, I don't know a ton about it, honestly. Like the Duchenne, and then compared to other muscular dystrophies, does it operate like a similar way?
So Duchenne is, it's the most common fatal condition, childhood condition. For some people, most people are more familiar with like diabetes. So you got type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Duchenne is kind of like type 1 diabetes. It's the more severe. Mm-hmm. And then they have Becker muscular dystrophy, which is more of, adolescence. Once you get older, you start, getting more symptoms. But I think there's over 30 different muscular dystrophies. There's limb-girdle muscular dystrophy, but Duchenne is the most severe and the most common fatal childhood illness. It's the thing about the research and the gene therapy that I was talking about earlier. This is gene therapy, not gene editing. So when they do the gene therapy, they're actually putting in a micro dystrophin, because the dystrophin is such a large gene that they can't put the whole length inside a AAV vector, which is an adeno associated virus vector. So that's pretty much a virus that they take all the bad stuff out and they put this microdystrophin gene in. So because they can't pull a full length in, they're pretty much going from a Duchenne patient to a Becker patient at that point. So they're still going to have issues throughout their life. It's not like, oh yeah, we're giving them this gene therapy, they're going to be good, but it will improve. And the gene makeup that they looked at, this dystrophin, they took from a Becker patient. He lived to be, I think, 75. So he lived a long life, and he was, I think, in his 60s and still walking. So, and he only had 30% of his dystrophin. So they were thinking, well, if we can model after his genetic makeup of this dystrophin, then hopefully other kids will have the same outcome. Each child's different. Yeah, but each child's different. So the biggest thing is getting, taking one step at a time. So let's get him to this point where it protects his muscles. Because right now, at 5 years old, he's not supposed to be going up and down stairs. He's not supposed to be like playing tag, like running around and stuff. And he wants to do all that stuff. He wants to, climb the couch, and we live in a kid. Yeah, he wants to be a kid. And so trying to get him on, we have him on steroids now, which is horrible, corticosteroids. So we got him on prednisone. But there's other drugs. There's a disassociated drug that's coming out, hopefully by the end of the summer, that won't have as many side effects, but it'll have all the benefits. And steroids right now are the only standard care. And that's just to help with inflammation. But steroids causes stunt growth, causes cushioning effects, causes kids being overweight, causes cataracts. There's a whole slew of things that it's doing, and it's like for a cancer patient, you give them chemo. Chemo's horrible. My mom ended up passing away from cancer, and the seeing her on the chemo, it was just, she was taking chemo for 19 years, on and off for 19 years. And at the end of her life, the doctor said, "You're a guinea pig at this point. We've never had anyone on it this long. And right now the chemo is actually doing more harm than the cancer itself."
Wow.
So new medicine is crucial. And I love seeing all these new companies coming out, these biotech companies coming out, and they're all working on, similar things, and they're all trying to get things done. And a lot of them now are working together, even though they're kind of a competitor, a lot of them are starting to work together, say, "Hey, we have this, this type of mechanism. I think this could work with yours." And they some of them go together and work together, which is awesome. That's what we should do.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope that they would be able to put the financial aspect of that aside, but
yeah.
So it's like I said, it's great to see everyone come together and to to let everyone know what Duchenne is, and to talk more about it. These kids, I mean, there's kids that have Duchenne that have become lawyers, musicians. There's all kinds of just very talented. I know this one kid has Duchenne. He's a motivational speaker. I mean,
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, it's just amazing how resilient these kids are, and it just makes me want to push harder for a cure, because these kids are just amazing kids,
Yeah, that's great, man. It's great. Well, gentlemen, is there anything else we wanted to cover?
I don't think so. Bill?
All right.
No, man. I just came to gloat.
You do it oh so well.
Just saying.
He was talking a lot of smack before it even started. So
Yeah, that's true.
That's our boy.
I'll own that.
Nice.
Well, I am planning to be up in Reed's neck of the woods this weekend, and hopefully we can kick it for a bit. I'm going to go up and visit. So the Cold-Blooded Caffeine guys put in a shirt order because they're up in Somerville, which is right up the coast from us. And so since kind of wanted to check out what they were doing anyways, I figured I'd deliver it myself. And since they're in Somerville and
Very
in
cool.
Somerville, and while I'm in the neighborhood,
You gotta
so,
hit up the Chili's.
hey.
You know what? There is a Chili's right down the road, I think.
There you go.
People don't understand what they got.
Yeah.
Billy
Is
has
that-
has 3 near his house, and he's like, "Yeah, I never go to them." I'm like, it's just perverse.
Listen, there's very few things that can cleanse my soul as much as the chicken enchilada soup. Just saying.
Ooh, yeah.
Creamy.
We also have a Swig and Swine, which is a really good place too.
Swig and Swine.
Yeah, good
Elaborate,
barbecue.
please.
Barbecue joint. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that
In the
name seems pretty
Carolinas.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pork belly, man. Pork belly is
Yeah,
to die for. Yeah. Good stuff.
as a chef, I can't endorse Chili's. Well,
No, dude, the guy just explained to you the better choice. The choice. There is no choice. Like we want the kid to like us, and you're going to go up there and give him chicken crispers when pork belly is an option. And then now, oh hey kid, you want to come down to Daytona and meet all these nerds? Like, no, they eat chicken crispers, Dad. We eat pork belly. Like,
That's awesome. That's it. He's out.
I think that the draw to Chili's is just the sauce that they put the tenders in.
Their ranch is really good too.
It's not even the actual chicken itself that's good. It's just regular chicken,
It's the honey chipotle.
which you can make.
Yeah, I mean Sean Porter, he does barbecue. Like that's what he does.
Listen, if we go to Somerville this weekend, we're having something that's local.
Chili's is local.
No,
locally owned and
Chili's is a
operated.
chain.
Why can't we just do both?
Because we're only going to be up there for a few hours.
We get up there. Chili's opens at like 10. We'll go to Chili's.
We're not having brunch at Chili's.
We'll eat a light brunch. And we'll go to
of chicken crispers.
We'll get some coffee at some point in there.
Look, man, you had Chili's on the Mexican border. You might as well just go get some real
Ironically, it was
That
the
is
most disappointing
so
Chili's that I've ever been to.
Shameful. I can't believe that. You have amazing Mexican food within
was
reach.
Well, we got a
Authentic
lot. We got a lot of Mexican food. We got real tacos in Del Rio, for crying out loud. I mean,
We did.
that's authentic.
It's a good thing I know some Spanish because the menu was like there wasn't any English on those menus.
I think tomorrow.
Bobby Applebee's Justin Chili's.
What?
Mike. Oh, hit the nail on the head. If you ain't first, you're last at Chili's.
I think tomorrow I'm going to have some Mexican. I don't know where. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Nice. Very cool.
Happy birthday, Reed.
Thank you. And you know what's really crazy is tomorrow's my birthday, and it's also National Rare Disease Day.
Wow.
Whoa.
Ironic.
How
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah.
Say, you look damn good for 32.
Thank you. I keep on going down in years.
Yeah,
Once you
right.
hit like 35, you just start going back down the other way.
Yeah.
We did that with my mom.
Then Alex is going to say he's also and endorse Chili's. Go to Denny's instead. Like what? Come on.
Everyone knows you.
Now you're all being insulting at this point.
I'd rather go to the Waffle House
Why is Katie off camera?
because I'm in my pajamas.
She ain't even dressed. That's why.
That's no excuse.
But she wants that mic on to talk all that smack.
Yeah, she does.
Listen, you're gonna equate Chili's with
Real food.
good food. I
Oh,
have
he said,
I have
ironically, the worst
something to
barbecue I've
say.
had ever was in South Carolina on a work trip. So there is like, as barbecue being a very large staple here in South Carolina, there is such a thing as bad barbecue. And for me, it's when it's
that's
like super
true.
fatty and super chewy. I hate
Or
hate-
dry.
hate- I don't even mind if it's dry,
barbecue.
but I can't do chewy, like fatty barbecue.
And
I
it
take
depends
a
on
bite.
where you go.
Yeah.
Because it depends on like the region of South Carolina. What is it? I think down along the coast is more mustard base,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get up and it's more like a honey sweet towards the mountains, the foothills.
Anything except that Alabama white stuff. I tried that.
Yeah.
and could
What
not.
is that? I think that's just runny mayonnaise.
We tried to go to Cahill's a couple months ago, and like the wait was so
Cahill's was
long,
so
we never
good.
even got in.
We waited over an hour, and I think they forgot about us. You got to get in Cahill's quick as soon as they open.
I wouldn't know.
Well, if you ever come visit us,
Ooh,
we'll try to take you to
walk right into that one,
Cahill's.
buddy.
man, she is just ripe with the tongue
Yeah.
lashings.
Welcome to my
Jesus.
life every day.
I am with Billy Jenkins though. Mustard base all the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
love mustard.
Or
Yeah, I don't
vinegar
know.
based. I'm into the vinegar based.
Yeah, I like vinegar too. Yeah.
Can't. It's too much vinegar.
The
So
Blues
good.
Hog barbecue sauce will change your life.
Do you want me to get it out of the fridge so
No.
you can like
No,
sponsor it?
I put that
shots.
on everything. I would put it on
Does.
freaking cereal if I could. Like that stuff is freaking amazing.
Chicken and waffles.
I love chicken and waffles, dude.
Chicken and
What
waffles.
did this show become?
I don't.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Bill, with that shirt that you have on, we need to meet up in Savannah and go to the Bamboo Room.
We do.
Tiki bar. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. That's what we
Okay.
should do.
Yeah. We were talking about that the last video we did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Epic.
Did you
My
know there
ties
was
for
a bar in
everyone.
Savannah?
Yeah.
I feel like, where is the Bamboo Room?
It's in so it's above geez. I'm trying to remember the seafood place. It's like an oyster joint.
Is it like downtown?
Yeah, it's like an historical historical
Mm.
district.
I don't know. I grew up in Savannah, but I was not
Okay.
an adult in Savannah. So it totally changes what you know about, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
and I'm not sure how long it's been around. I don't know if it's been around that long, so it could be
Yeah.
a fairly new thing.
And we're super boring, so we never get out.
Well, you know,
Like,
you
we're
can.
super excited about coming to Somerville on Saturday because it's an adventure, and we haven't done that in a while.
Road trip.
Well, I'm super
Yeah.
excited so I can see you guys. It's been a
Yeah.
while. It's just it's
And-
awesome.
Probably since the wedding, right?
And since I'm in like the habit of throwing people under the bus on this show, this is where Reed's gonna show Justin how to take care of the beateds,
I know. I know.
right?
We already had that discussion.
Yeah, he's taken 2 of them.
That's it.
Oh,
I told Bill. I gave him the
Whoa,
lowdown on that
whoa.
last night.
I'm very far removed, far away.
Hey,
I'm not even in the southeast. How do I
I'm
get
just-
this?
Bill, do you want to beat it?
Yeah, 100%. You
All
bet.
right, well, come visit us and take one. We can both.
Well, you see how Illinois works is
How my bank account is set up is
No, see, Justin has to
no.
produce them.
I'm one of Justin's dumb friends where the bank account part doesn't matter. It's straight up the state part.
Is that why you guys get along so well?
they're all enablers. Like no one is the voice
Yeah,
of reason.
for sure.
Where someone's
Yeah.
like, no, you shouldn't do that. You got countertops you need to focus on.
Every
No.
time he talks about an alligator snapping turtle, I message him just so you know.
Because
No.
Yeah, look,
y'all.
you have
You
countertops
could-
right
you know
now.
what?
They work.
If you
do.
could
They're the
see-
top of the counter.
If you
right?
could see our garage
don't
right
have
now,
beateds.
you would realize that there's a room.
It's called
For-
Tetris. You play Tetris.
Yes.
We
you
already
move the
done
blocks.
the Tetris. We played the Tetris. You guys should see this mess.
they really don't.
don't need to see this.
Half of it's your stuff.
A third of it. No, not even.
All your Martha
Not-
Stewart bullshit you got hanging out.
Oh
You
my
told
god.
me it was pretty.
You know, as a married hurt person, the solution to that is to have a separate building dedicated to reptiles.
Weird.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Deja vu.
it's so crazy. It's like we've had the same conversation.
Well, I thought wasn't the plan to give Katie the she shed?
Oh, okay.
He rejected the she shed.
I thought Katie could get the she shed and like legit air conditioned crafting the works. And then
Scrapbooking.
the garage could be converted into the herpetarium.
Okay.
We talked about
I like these conversations. This is nice having
having-
people who have
There's so much room for activities.
we talked about Justin
that
having the she
understand.
shed.
Where'd
And
you
you
get a
getting-
trampoline?
The bedroom. It's in the middle of the yard.
Thank you, Mike.
What did Mike say?
He said gotta run.
Oh,
I
It's
keep
in-
trying to get Billy
Repti-
Jenkins to give me a dry. He said it's only for people that are like in Lower Georgia, and I'm not that far from Lower Georgia, so I'm like, Jenkins, just drive the extra like
Come
60
on.
miles and bring a shed, man.
dude, I need a home office.
I'm not stopping you from that.
Your
what is
snakes
this?
are
When did this turn into this? We go from barbecue to now.
the 100 snakes you have in that bedroom are stopping me from fulfilling my home office dreams.
Well, you already made a mistake, Katie, because it's not a bedroom, it's a snake room.
Oh my
I
god! It has a
feel
closet,
like
it's a
there
bedroom.
might be a black box rack solution that could be utilized in a desk manner.
That is very true.
And you know,
That
he
would be
did get
interesting
rid
if
of.
you could
That
make
would be
one.
kind of cool. I don't have
And
a
he-
problem with the snakes.
What were we saying, Ryan?
he did get rid of all those frog cages, so I think he
You
wanted to
did.
make room for the beateds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought-
Ryan.
wasn't that-
And I got rid of my venomous.
There was a stipulation. I think it was he got
Child.
rid of the dart frogs in the living room, and that meant you could put beateds in the garage, right?
Ryan, do you keep any venomous?
Well, other than the beaded, so I used to have like snakes. I used to have a lot. I had probably 350 venomous at one point.
See,
With your child? Since you've had
No.
a child.
No.
read.
See, I'm
But,
a
sorry.
but hold on, but it
reasonable
wasn't. It
person.
wasn't because of the child, was it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Wouldn't that factor into your decision making on keeping venomous though?
So all my stuff were in. So I have it in a locked room, and like right now I have all my stuff in locked cages in a locked room. So it's not really, and beadeds and healers are.
Yeah, but the way that I
Wait,
look at it, obviously, I
beetles
don't.
are venomous.
Pardon me?
Who said that?
Are beeteds venomous?
Yeah, but you don't die.
What?
Yeah, but you don't die. What? You just like lose a finger? Why
No,
are
you
so
won't.
casual about
You
this?
won't. You won't lose anything.
My audio's going. I can't hear.
See, man, these are friends. This is what's up, man.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That's-
gosh.
See, look. I mean, it
Listen.
hurts.
Well, I mean-
it hurts
I mean-
a lot, but they're friendly. Like you
I
don't,
mean-
and you don't stick your hand in their mouth. It's good.
I mean,
we
Yeah, if
have
you.
a gaggle of
mean-
children that is constantly running around this house and the yard.
Well, that's why
I
the
mean,
cage is locked.
Technically, hognose are venomous.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, realistically, the people that unofficially help get my gators and stuff out the most are my kids. So
There you
small
go.
hands,
And
quick-
that's the other thing too. Is
quick
there's a-
reflexes.
There's a huge desensitization. Is that even a word?
Yep.
A huge desensitization that you can do with children in taking away the ooh and the ah, and it's still fascinating to them, and it's still enjoyable, and they still want to learn and experience and do. But if you take that dare I say taboo thing away from it, then they're less prone to go exploring on their own. Now again, I don't have kids, so what do I know? But having dealt with a lot of kids with a lot of critters, that's my personal experience.
And I had the cyanian stuff. Those were fine.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you keep so many secrets.
No, I don't.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Her audio is so much better than Smitty's right now. You keep all the secrets. All the secrets are kept.
I mean, there you go. Sean said, for what it's worth, he's never been bitten by a lizard.
There you go.
I got bit by a day gecko once.
Listen,
and a
if
leopard gecko.
y'all knew this girl gang that runs this cul-de-sac, you wouldn't
There's no reason
put
for them to
any
be
kind
in
of
our
limit.
in our garage and our house.
There is
really.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
There is no reason, but there they are. You can't get rid of them. They come barging in, and your track record with stuff getting out.
Oh my gosh, that's not even close to the snake.
Yeah, that's different. That's
How to
different.
lose a snake in 10 days, guys.
And beaded lizards don't
Yeah.
escape; they just get lost.
Yeah.
Don't
They-
say that, because that's
they-
not true.
That's
No,
worse.
And I don't mean get lost like
like
loose
a hamster that like chews
No,
its way through the
no,
walls and
like-
dies.
lost. Like it can't figure out how to get out of the cage because they're kind of derpy.
I mean, I would be more nervous with a tokay gecko than,
Yeah.
than a beaded.
How about that freaking king snake I got right now? You want to talk about horrible?
What king snake? I don't even know half the shit you keep.
See,
I just count them. I just go in there occasionally and I just count everything that I can see, and I'm like, oh my god, there's 100 snakes in our house.
Only 100?
In this tiny little
give or
room.
take. No one's counting except her.
I mean, remember, I had 350 venomous. Phil, I mean, you have a ton of snakes.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 snakes really isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Bill has a whole building.
Okay, say 100 puppies. Is that bad?
not the same.
100 puppies is.
Mm-mm.
I love
Yeah.
puppies. Anyone who doesn't love puppies is a dirty commie. However,
Would you love 100 puppies
I would not want 100 puppies in my home.
in
No.
one
How
room?
can you
I
even
have things in
compare?
my building that would love 100 puppies.
That's
Temporarily.
yeah. Oh, ugh. Yeah,
Now,
no.
if they're Dalmatians.
No,
You'd have to
let
get
your
one more.
wife count
Yeah.
them.
Oh no, you'd be on Team Katie for this. She's getting all over Justin about his multitude of animals.
Oh yeah.
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 Interested in beaded
God
lizards?
forbid someone have a hobby or an interest in his house.
Dominique was on it when she said she
Hey,
was.
No.
Wait,
No.
I will. No. I tried to get Katie a comrade here, and I said, "You interested in beaded lizards?" And Teresa said, "Maybe." Caught herself, and then now she's upset that she's on my team.
No.
Just saying.
You
I don't
know,
know.
you get a little attached to some of this stuff. Like when he had that Brettles Big Al, and then he got rid of him. I was like, oh man, really?
But then I got another Brettles, and she's like, "Oh,
I'm not
It's not the
attached
same.
to him yet.
The first one
Yet.
is the best.
Well, all right. How about this? So, Anna
Teresa
Marie and I have
agrees with
been-
you, Katie.
Anna Marie and I have been really trying to get the whole like getting a house together and like the trying to do that whole moving in thing.
let me."
And
Pray you avoid it.
her whole concession was, you can have whatever you want in the snake room. And I'm like, all right, cool. And we talked about like having like one or two cool things on display in the living room or something, tastefully done, not just like a rack in the living room or anything. But
Right.
And then I said, well, what about? I said, well, hold on, Katie, hold on. I said, what about the bedroom? And she goes, oh, well, there'll be no animals in the bedroom. I said, but what about your snake and your frog that are currently in your bedroom? She goes, oh, well, no, they'll stay in the bedroom. I was like, wait, so your snake and your frog, those can stay in the bedroom, but my snake who's in my bedroom can't stay. Oh no, that's got to go in the snake room. I said, okay, all right,
that's because you give an inch, and it
That's
gets
not
taken a mile.
true.
Teresa, you and Anna Maria would also get along.
Oh yeah.
There's a red
different.
tegu. There's a red tegu in our bedroom
Who are these people?
that was someone's
The-
gift
The
lizard.
wives of herpeticulture.
The wives,
The real
wives-
housewives of herpeticulture.
Oh my god! And now I see the pink bubble. My fiance's in the group chat.
Yes, Anna Maria, I got you, girl.
Oh, Mike wants to know how much you enjoy the rhinos.
I do enjoy the rhinos.
Sweet.
Like I
Let me
said,
put a display of them outside.
No.
Do rhinos have Duvnoy's gland?
Do they what? Sorry, say it again.
What? Do you have
I
a
said,
stroke?
Do rhinos have a Duvnoy's gland?
Oh, I
Sure
don't know that
don't.
answer.
Okay, there you go.
That's why there's.
I
That's why
Damn.
like the rhinos in the snake room. Where
Anna
they
Marie
live.
says, "Mine are babies, and they are my precious loves, and that's
There
why
you
they get. That's why they get to stay in the bedroom."
My
That's it.
precious.
Yes. Yes. By the way, for those of you who keep dumpy tree frogs, I don't remember them being as judgmental as hers. It looks at me with disdain. Just like it judges me. It makes me want to lose weight.
So funny. Oh. No,
Those
it
are cool
really.
frogs, though.
You gotta draw the boundaries. You gotta draw the boundaries.
Right. So I feel like if Justin provided the she shed of an appropriate size, we're not talking like the dinky little one you get at Home Depot.
I'm going
you
to give her
put your
one that's the
shovels
same
in.
size as my
was
room.
talking about the dinky little one.
No. We have a Billy Jenkins who's going to provide a beautiful, finely built establishment.
I suggested that dinky shed for the lawnmower and other equipment that should be in a small dinky shed because there's really no need for it to be.
We have a
stacked up
really
in
nice
here.
lawnmower. Okay.
Is it in the garage?
So we'll put a cover over it.
Well, that's a waste of space. It should be beadeds.
Phil.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you.
No.
Look, all I'm saying is you get the nice she shed. He cleans out the garage and prepares it and makes it nice. He has a little extra snake action. He doesn't have to have any snake or displays in the living room per your request.
Even
And
though
everyone's
I
happy.
do think having the Brettles or rhinos on display would be very nice because they'd actually be out and about all the time.
Yeah.
No.
I get stonewalled.
I
This is
let
it.
you have like gigantic frog tanks
You
everywhere.
let him? You let him?
I let him.
I thought this was a partnership. This is This is 60-40. You get the 60.
More like 80-20.
Phil, just wait. Just wait, Phil.
Just wait. Oh, jeez.
Justin's
You know
like,
nothing.
Justin's
you know
like,
nothing, Jon Snow.
Justin's like, I'm never having Ryan on here again.
I do what I want.
See, look at Mike. Oh no, Phil, you're obviously not married yet.
Billy, just convince your employer to extend your radius by like 40 miles.
Anna Maria.
Yeah, Billy Jenkins, dig your hole deeper, Phil. Great, thanks, pal.
Yes. Yeah.
So Teresa, going along with the discussion here in the
Are you
group
on
chat.
mute?
No, I'm not on
You
mute.
should be on mute.
Do you let me have all of the ridiculous things that we have, or did we have a marital discussion a little while ago, actually involving Indy, who is right here, who was doing shows,
Oh God.
that now that a private zoo in our state is closing, you potentially could be the only person in Illinois to have a Komodo dragon on display.
Discussion or text?
It was a
Same
discussion
thing.
over text. It's modern times. That's how married couples talk.
Writing.
Honey, there's a box on the porch that can't stay outside because there may or may not be a live animal in it. Can you bring it inside? And
When have
that's
you
how-
ever had to do that?
That's how I know that things exist.
That's why I get things
I
delivered.
can't
to
say
work.
anything. Teresa's had to do that for sure.
That all.
Wait, did you
happens.
say may or may not have a live animal?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's just that's bad phrasing. You tell it flat out, like, yo, that thing's alive. Get it inside before it dies.
Billy, let me get that 0% financing for
Oh,
10
hey.
years.
Oh, hey, can you get the box of roaches off of our porch?
That is, hey, there's a package on the porch. That's all. We know when
Yeah.
you're notifying us of it when
And-
we're not home.
The next
we
time you
need
get
to
to
leave
your
work.
Hobby Lobby, I'm gonna punt it into the street.
You were with me the last time I bought something from Hobby Lobby, okay? Enjoying yourself.
Ours is Joanne Fabric, so I get you there.
Oh, man.
I spent my whole childhood in Joanne's fabric.
That explains a lot.
Yes.
That's great.
Good childhood.
Let Justin keep tarantulas.
Just on the show.
I've been cleaning up inverts for many
We already
years
did
now.
that. We
But no,
already-
I don't want to actually be in the camera.
Yeah, Mike's wise beyond
Stop
years.
that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
'cause
You
Sticky
can
knows
keep
what's up.
turning that camera.
Bill muted himself.
Oh no. It's an adventure, that's for sure. And
The real herp wives of herpetoculture.
yeah,
It's great.
let's do it.
And my wife is actually big into herps. A matter of fact, it's funny. We met in grad school, and when she went to visit the school, her advisor was the same as mine, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm into herps," and he's like, "Oh, you gotta meet this one guy," and his name's Ryan, and hey, there he is, right there. He's walking down the hall, and I just got done with a a talk at the school, and he's like, "There he is," and there he is with a snake, holding a snake, walking down the hall. So that was her and I first interaction.
Wow.
And yeah, so then we started dating. And then she's like she says she's a herp person, and she is, but my level was a lot different than hers. Hers is, hey, let's go out in the wild and look at them.
And look
Mine
at
is,
him.
yeah,
And leave them there.
yeah, let's have 350 of them in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets,
So we
it's
compromise now.
a little wild. You compromise and you don't have 350 of them
No,
anymore?
not anymore. Not anymore. They're all going to Justin.
Oh yeah, no. No.
The amount of cool stuff I could have at this point, if only
If only what?
you didn't have your wing clippers out, ready to go.
Ready
Oh
to
my God.
line our living room with snake cages.
You know, someone answer me this. How do sailboats move?
Oh God.
With wind,
Shut the hell
and
up.
when you take the wind out of those sails, that boat doesn't move.
You know how cool I am? I'm so cool.
Yeah.
Modest too.
Katie, there is an option that our endangered species permit and permit for all of the crocodilians and venomous is actually in Teresa's name. So she's the one in Illinois that has all the cool stuff, not me.
Oh.
Thank you, Jenkins. This one glows in the dark. My hat.
And how does that help?
He thinks that it helps his argument that I'm the reptile nerd.
Oh, I see.
It helps in that when we pick crocodilians or boiga and things, that's her choice because it has to go on her permit.
Oh, I see.
So she gets to pick which ones she wants.
It's very cool.
And the cyania are awesome, are they not?
Yes, the cyania is awesome. We take it to all kinds of shows.
Awesome.
Mike needs to have a seat.
Mike said, "Play the long game. Eventually, you'll have an empty bedroom when your kids."
She informed me the other day
Oh
she's
my
never
God.
moving out. So good luck with that.
I think we all say that at that age.
Yep.
Yeah. She's like, when I'm grown
And you
up
hit
and
those
I
double digits,
have
you're
a
like, "Get me
baby and
away
I'm
from
living
you."
at home. And
It's
I was
an
like, oh.
dog.
Well, you just got to, as a child, you got to stick around long enough that it gets to the point where you're not living with the parent's living with you.
That's so true. I put the
So
house
you gotta
in
flip up that long game though, man. I got this kid for the long game. That way I can buy reptiles that will outlive me because then they go to that kid's house when she's a grown up.
That's good. That's
like
good.
buying a parrot or something.
Yeah.
Parrot, yeah, because that's what we're buying. We're buying parrots.
Yeah, I got that Burmese black mountain tortoise in my will.
That's
There you go. Our sliccatos are the same way.
Yeah.
Oh my
Super
gosh.
cool.
We could have an alligator snapping turtle in our will.
You want me to warm it up?
Tomorrow.
We don't have an alligator snapping turtle.
Exactly.
Somebody you know has 2 spare ones and one of them's small.
One of them small.
What? How small?
Small for how
Hold my hand.
long? That's the wrong question.
Really?
Forever. They don't grow.
What do you
They really don't.
The one you
I had
saw at
my-
the alligator farm was like 200 years old. That doesn't count.
I had mine for 9 years.
By the time it's gigantic, we'll
And
be
it grew
long
like-
gone.
You know
2
where I want to
inches.
see a snapping turtle?
Where?
In the wild or at a
No,
zoo.
we won't.
That's the only place I want to see one.
Mm-hmm.
Alligator snapping turtles are awesome. I mean, and they're
Right.
not as they're not as bad as the commons. Commons are way more bitey than the alligators.
See?
We're not. We're not.
It got real quiet, but it wasn't because it was awkward. It's because we're all listening to what the women are saying. Well, children, we are at the 2-hour mark of this podcast.
It's so crazy how fast that goes by when you're in it.
Actually, yes, my fiance has a good point. Bill, you don't happen to have those snapping turtles handy that you could show them off, do you?
I don't. Despite all the plants in the background, I'm at home, not at the shop.
Okay, never mind. That'd be like a convincing pitch, you know.
But
Like, look,
our biggest alligator snapping turtle right now is probably, what do you think?
Don't give us a weight. Just give us a general.
15 to 18
No,
inches.
tell us all. Tell us all.
It's like 15 to 18 inches. That turtle's 17 years old.
that's awesome.
So I mean, it's they will get larger, but they are a very slow growing species. They really are.
Oh yeah.
And
Like
how big of an enclosure do they need? How much room for activities?
Right now, I keep our smallest alligator snapping turtle. I actually have in a turtle land tub, which is it's a purpose built like tub for aquatic turtles that has a little land area and a water area. It's just a
Doesn't use the land area.
Yeah, it's just a catchy thing people use for turtles. The 2 larger ones each have their own. I use those poly tough tanks, those troughs like you get at the hardware store. and they're like 150 gallons. So it's like
But
4 by 3 by 2 ish.
Would you say that's overkill though?
Oh yeah, for the alligator snappers, yeah, because they don't move a whole lot. I have a very large common snapper, and they're way more active. It's just a different type of animal.
Serpentine are like 8 years different.
Yeah, like my common snapper, like it likes to climb and it gets on stuff, and they're much more treat and food driven, like a regular, pond turtle where you throw pellets out and they come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Common snappers are like that. Alligator snappers basically ignore you, and then if they're hungry, they let their little tongue out, so give them a crock biscuit or whatever, and then the rest of the time they're just chilling. They're very, very sedentary. Mm-hmm. That's why it takes so long for them to get so big. Common snappers grow very rapidly. That's why they're the more common food item as opposed to alligator snappers.
Yeah,
interesting.
Isn't it?
I'm a bad example. They actually are awesome pet turtles. Size is a detractor for a lot of people, but as far as like, they look like a dinosaur. Alligator snapping turtles
are a dinosaur.
Yeah, but like, that's why kids love turtles, is because turtles come to you for food, and they look like they're smiling and all those personality things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I mean, not just kids.
How you look at it, common snappers actually have that. Like, they have cool personalities and they're fun. They just happen to be big. Alligator snapping turtles look super cool, but as pets, they're kind of boring unless you, like, if you're a natural history nerd or you're from Florida where, well, now we have different species and you have a lot of cool natural history things. But they're way more like display because they look like a dinosaur.
Right.
I got rid of mine when I got rid of mine because I wasn't doing it justice, and I gave it to a turtle friend at a state, and literally a week later I got a phone call from another Florida friend saying, "Hey man, did you hear that our gator snappers are now illegal?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you have to have a science permit and all this other crap."
Well,
so
that was good timing.
It was really good timing, and come to find out that you do need all the permits. It's not that big a deal, but it was an awesome animal to watch.
Yeah.
And like getting like rosy reds and like some like flagfish and minnows and stuff, and just watching it hunt and lure the prey in with the tongue. Super cool animal.
Mm-hmm.
Could you do
I have a monster Florida soft shell for that exact reason, because they are wicked ambush fishers. I love them.
Yeah.
You don't have any room in your snake room for one.
Could you do like tannin heavy water with the alligator snappers? Like if you put some like almond leaves.
I do in the wintertime. So when it cools down a little bit in our basement, we basically just fill all of those turtle tanks up with leaves, let it turn to mush over the winter, sift everything out, filter out, start over. And it's pretty bare in the summertime just because they eat crock chow and crock biscuits, and that stuff gets pretty gross. So I want it to filter out pretty quickly. Same reason, like I don't use a lot of whole prey with them, just because they're gross when they eat. So crock chow is so much cleaner, and I just leave a box filter for a pond you get at the hardware store. It uses the big foam pieces, and dude, it's super simple. Keeping them bare like that allows things to clean. I scrub them with a toilet brush. Like that's how you clean it. It's just a giant turtle.
Yeah. My buddy that I gave mine to, he wound up, he had like a barn that was for like tractors and stuff that was not used for anything. And he wound up making he took a kiddie pool, like the neon blue kiddie pool, and he just put pavers around it to kind of give it the integrity. And he threw some lily pads in there with like tiny little underwater filter, and just left him be, naked bottom. And he wound up actually linking up with some researchers who specialize in gator snappers and running the creeks all up and down the Southeast Appalachians, and they find them in the creeks, and
in the creek.
He was in the creek, and he wound up making the same enclosure out of an actual black pond in the yard, and it freezes over in winter, and like it does the air hole thing and everything. So Like,
Wow.
even if you guys want to keep them outside, you could, you know.
Oh yeah, ours get cold. Like our basement. I mean, I live in Illinois, hour south of Chicago. Like it gets cold. And yeah, they're just kind of 2 nostrils chilling out for 3 months, and then like right now it got a little warm this week. If you go to our shop, there are tongues open. It's like, oh, those turtles want to eat. For 2 months there have been no tongues, so they're not hungry. And now you know.
How
common
far are you
snapper
from
is the same way.
Stefani?
Say it again.
How far are you from Stefani?
He is actually a couple hours north of me, because Illinois is weird, but he's west of Chicago, so you got to kind of get out there and up to him.
Gotcha.
Close enough. I'll get there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think he was terribly far from you, but...
And he always goes to NARBC and stuff, so I'm lucky to, I always see him at that, the family and everything. He's another one, man. Like his wife comes, his kids come, everybody comes out. His NARBC. He's got 3 or 4 NARBC tables in a row. There's 10 kids behind him. His wife's there. Like it's a big family thing. It's very cool.
Talking about turtles, one of my favorite turtles that I had, aquatic turtles, a painted river terrapin.
Yes.
Really awesome. I love that turtle. And it was great because, I had it in a pond with fish. You didn't have to worry about eating the fish or anything. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was just at Underground's retail store this past week getting feeders, and they had black wood turtles.
Oh, very cool.
And they were probably the size of like an iPhone 4, like maybe 4.5 inches or whatever. And I'm just
not the 6 or the 10, but the 4.
No, but you remember like that.
These are first world measurements. We're American. We don't like metric.
Exactly.
We'll do anything to avoid centimeters.
So I walk over and I was like, oh man, look at those wood turtles are jet black. And all I did was walk up to they were in a 3-foot vision cage, all decked out with like a water feature with river stones and everything. And I walk over and they all start coming out to me and they're like
the little aliens in Toy Story.
Yep.
Man.
And I opened the enclosure and like I put my hand out like this, and the one's like, there's no food. What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing?
What are you
Everyone
doing?
go back. He doesn't have anything for it.
Exactly. And I lifted one up and I had no idea. I had no idea the underside, the crazy cryptic yellow and black on the belly. Dude, awesome turtles. And I did my homework and they get a little big for my situation, but I'd never interacted with them. They're super cool.
Yeah.
It's like a water turtle that lives on land. It's awesome.
Spengler Eye Man and Connexus.
Yeah, dude.
Spengler Eye, man. You want to redo a dart frog enclosure, but keep a cool turtle in it. Those things are awesome.
That would be cool.
Little
bug-eyed weirdos.
Funny eyes, yeah, the little bug eyes crack me up.
Yeah, man. Did you guys listen to Project Herpetoculture with Jeremy from Connexus Co-op?
I have not yet.
Oh,
yeah, that was on my list too.
Great episode, dude. Jeremy kills it, man. I love that guy. Like, and just the mindset of keeping the Connexus and great episode. Y'all got to listen to it. Definitely got to listen to it. Well, anything else, gentlemen? You want to wrap this one up?
This episode was brought to you by BlackBoxCages.com. Check them out. Facebook, Instagram. Use code THN at checkout. Save yourself a little bit of money. And thank you to everyone who participated.
Yes, thank you so much.
We did awesome. Shout out to Puget Sound Pythons, Jeff and Kendra. Follow them as well on Facebook and Instagram. They do have a YouTube channel as well. Go hunt that down. And we will be back Thursday for THP. And thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.